Good morning and welcome to Captain Morgan's War Games. A lovely sunny day again. It's a nice heat wave in the UK. This is going to be a review about a game I had on Tuesday night with my Thousand Sons list against an Imperial Guard list. He had a couple of battalions, 10-man infantry squads and psychers and commissar. You also had a bane blade, 3 battle tanks. One was a Punisher cannon, 2 were battle cannons. They had las cannons and bits and pieces on all of them. He had a bane blade, had all the bits and pieces. He had a chimera which held 3 Bullgrins, 3 characters, can't remember what, and then he had 3 Scions squads for a character. He put 1 on the table at the beginning and 2 were in deep sight. My list you're seeing is Alman, 3 decimators, soul petards, Magnus red, and then a battalion of 2 demon princes and 2 lots of 10-man Zangals and a 30-man Zangal squad, all with icons, flame, bray horns, and twist brays in each, of course. That's it. Mission was a special tournament mission from Pompey Pillage. Was a Ascension and sealed orders. So it's a tournament practice for me. I deployed slightly wrong, but I couldn't, because it was frontline assault and I couldn't castle up as I'd like, so I had to castle up in the middle of the board, plus his bane blade was in the middle, so I wanted that off the board as quickly as possible. He got fast turn, took out a decimator and brought Magnus down to about 9 wounds. That was it. I moved up. 2 decimators took 24 wounds off the bane blade. Magnus took out a set of infantry in psychic phase and then charged the bane blade, got rid of that in the charge phase. Our score was about 3 points to 4 at that stage. His next turn, he took the other 2 decimators out. Couldn't get anything on Magnus, and he took a wound off a demon prince. In return, I brought 2 tanks down the level, and buff Magnus again, got him back up to sort of 10 wounds, and he took out one of those remaining tanks. I scored heavily on the tactical objective. It was a psychic one where you score 2 points. You score a point for every 2 psychic powers you achieve, up to 6 points, and on the second turn I maxed that out. I was good position, and I was seeing him pretty good. For third turn he made a mistake. He left his battle cannon tanking in combat with Magnus. He brought Araman down to 1 wound and didn't do much else. Took a second man, took some out of my big 30-man Sangul blob, but not much, and it stopped him charging them with the Bullgrins, which I was thankful for. And that put him on 11 points. No, put him on 8 points to my 12. 8 points to my 11, sorry. Going into 4th turn, he scored 4 points. He didn't do much damage to anything. He made a mistake again, left the tank in with Magnus, wasn't able to shoot anything at Magnus, and only managed to score 4 points, putting him on 12-11 with my turn to go. Going into my 4th turn, I looked at it and I had 2 objectives. I was three of my 4 defend objectives I had. I wasn't worried about the 4th. It wasn't worth it. That's why I'd moved the taken away was angles to stop the charge and score the other points. And I moved up for line breaker, and that gave me 11 points. So it ended up 22-12, which was a 10-point win, which is a major victory in the tournament. I feel a lot better about the list than I did the last time. I believe that's because I actually lost models and it didn't feel one-sided, and that my opponent was actually participating in the game. I know me and Nick have talked about this at length, and I know he knew about what my list and what to expect. But even so, the last 3 games before this one, where I had dominated so much, it didn't feel good on my part. I didn't feel very good about it, but this was a solid test for me. The Lehman rushes were taking double shots every turn. It was front rank, second rank fire, so there was a lot of shots and big shots coming in from some of the stuff to deal with, and my list stood up to it, even going second, which was good to see. It might not be the most optimal guard list, and they're better, but it was still a strong guard list, and it was tough. So to come out with a good win was good. What did I learn? I learned that I can still win without the decimators or Magnus, but they are my cool, and they are there to distract and allow me to go about my business, allow the rest of my army to do the business that they need to do, really. So keep them on the board as long as possible is ideal, but I didn't panic, and I think that is probably advice I'd give to anyone. You might lose an important piece in the game, but don't panic. Look at what's in front of you. What can I deal with immediately? What can I score? Can I do I have an opportunity to put a distance between me and my opponent, force him to try and catch up, thereby make mistakes and I capitalise on those mistakes. Just think it, take a couple minutes, think about it, have a look, formulate your plan, and then put it into action. That might be not falling back with a squad and keeping a unit tied up for another round. It might be shooting a unit off the board of infantry rather than going for a higher value unit. Just don't worry about it. Just calm, deep breaths. Think about it. Look at what problems you're facing and what you have left to deal with that problem, and then go about systematically dealing with it. Well, that's all I can really say. I mean, I had another good win. It was a tougher win, and I know that I can. 4 rounds, that was 3.5 hours. So in a tournament, it would have only gone to three rounds if we were lucky. But saying that, I was still winning at 3 rounds, just a minor win, which I'd have taken. So it took so long not because of the amount of models either has had, really. No, the movement was pretty quick. A lot of it was where my opponent hadn't played his army for a while. He was having to look up rules and bits, and my psychic phase was so long. So it was a combination of those two things more than anything. And then picking, scoring and looking at your objective cards, little bits and pieces, but that can be improved on. So overall, a good tournament practice for me, and I'm happier with the list now knowing that if I have to go against a shooty list, that as long as I stick to the objectives, try and outscore my opponent, and think about how I'm going to affect him if I lose certain bits and pieces, but I can come away with a win. Thank you for watching. You all have a good day, and remember, everybody knows the dice are loaded.